Everyone desires to be content at work. Studies indicate that contented workers yield 12% higher productivity than their discontented colleagues, and they may also lead longer, healthier lives. Just having a work is a big step toward happiness, according to the World Happiness Report, WHR, an annual research that aims to evaluate causes of happiness and well-being around the world. So what exactly brings people joy at work? These are the 5 main components that make up the science of workplace pleasure. 1. Earning sufficient income. Better salaries are inevitably associated with better levels of job satisfaction. People who have well-paying jobs are happier and more satisfied with their lives and jobs than those in the lower income brackets, according to the WHR reporting. Although experts concur that higher pay are beneficial, they are merely one aspect of the whole picture. Pursuing greater income is not always synonymous with pursuing job satisfaction. Earning an extra $100 matters a lot more to someone with a relatively low pay than to someone with a larger salary, according to the WHR, which discovered that persons with lower base incomes were the ones who were most affected by increased wages. According to a different study, happiness levels do not increase with income above a threshold of $75,000 annually. In summary, money matters, but only to an extent. It is true that having a good living and stable finances increases people's job satisfaction. However, despite appearances, having enormous wealth doesn't actually make individuals happy. 2. Getting a good manager. Additionally, studies have indicated that one of the most important components of a happy workplace is having a capable supervisor. Indeed, having a highly competent boss is easily the largest positive influence on a typical worker's level of job satisfaction, according to research done by Benjamin Arts and colleagues on the technical competence of workplace supervisors. Bosses may play a major effect in influencing workers' subjective well-being, according to the WHR. Good bosses are typically perceived as having excellent leadership qualities and problem-solving skills. Even while those characteristics are still crucial, Arts' research indicates that it can be counterproductive to bring in outsiders to give a business or organization a new perspective. According to Arts, who focused on technical competence, having a supervisor who is highly knowledgeable and experienced in the field in which their company operates significantly improves workplace satisfaction in day-to-day operations and boosts productivity by 12%. 3. Being independent. Supervisors that are good will understand that employee autonomy leads to happier and more productive workers. Workplace autonomy is defined by the WHR as having control over how the workday is organized and the pace at which the employee works. Numerous studies, such as the WHR, have demonstrated that one of the key factors influencing a happier workplace is autonomy. Workers who have more autonomy at work are happier in their jobs and are less inclined to quit and look for another one. It has even been demonstrated that autonomy has major health advantages. Its attractiveness can be easily understood by thinking of it as the opposite of micromanagement. Micromanagement has been linked to low employee morale, high staff turnover, and reduction of productivity, according to one study. The ability to have more autonomy is a major draw of working from home, especially for those who have children. However, autonomy is still essential for reducing work-related stress and raising happiness even in the workplace. Or diverseness. Employees with autonomy can plan their own schedules and make their workdays more interesting. The WHR discovered that employees are more content and joyful on a daily basis when their employment requires them to gain new skills and do a variety of duties. However, in a study on variety and employment, marketing academics Cassie Mollinger and Jordan Etkin discovered that a key element influencing employee contentment was the kind of variety. Mollinger and Etkin concurred that preserving variation was critical to preserving enjoyment at work. However, multitasking, or frequently switching between jobs over brief intervals of time, can actually undermine employee satisfaction and increase stress. On the other hand, greater enjoyment resulted from putting in more time to complete a range of tasks over a longer period of time, a week or a month, or even just a few chores throughout the course of a day as opposed to several in an hour. According to Mollinger and Etkin, the sense of productivity is what distinguishes these two methods of working. People who engage in frantic multitasking rarely feel as though they have accomplished anything because they aren't actually checking anything off their to-do list. Employees can be happier and more productive when they maintain their single point of focus. But boredom can result from focusing on the same thing for too long. The key to being happy at work is striking a healthy balance, which allows individuals to benefit from both variety and focus. 5. Keeping a good work-life balance. The ability to stop working may be the most significant element influencing job happiness and a happy life in general, regardless of how much autonomy and variety employees have. Work-life balance may be the most important element influencing employee happiness, according to the WHR. Despite this, overwork is a common occurrence in many occupations nowadays. Professor Aaron Reed of Boston University's Questrom School of Business discovered that several workers at a prestigious consulting business were reporting 80-hour work weeks. However, she also discovered that there wasn't much of a productivity gap between co-workers who genuinely put in 80 hours a week and those who made up the claim to win over their boss. Practically speaking, very few people are able to work 80 hours a week, and attempting to do so only leads to employee misery and detrimental effects on mental health. The American Psychological Association discovered, and many other research have confirmed, that excessive labor negatively impacts employees' physical as well as emotional well-being. These are key fundamental components, yet they constitute only a small portion of the elements that influence workplace pleasure. Workers want some freedom and variation in their daily work lives, as well as fair pay and capable management. Above all, at the end of the workday, they should be able to turn off their emails and unwind for their own mental and emotional well-being. The happiest people have fulfilling lives and positive connections outside of work, even if they enjoy what they do.